Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed your scavenger hunt and that you found some super cool things in your fridge and learned that you were eating a lot more plants than you probably thought. So I like to end the week with writing because I think that each and every one of you guys are incredible writers and I think your ideas are just so great. So I like ending the week with some writing. So the title of today's lesson, lesson number 13, is My Plant Story. So, um, since we learned all about plants this week, I want you guys to try to write 4 to 5 sentences about a plant using the vocabulary we learned this week. So here are some examples of the vocabulary you could utilize in your writing. Excuse me. And when I mean story, I just mean like maybe any kind of story. There's no expectations. It could be a funny story, a fantasy story, a reality story, whatever you want, as long as you are including 4 to 5 sentences. So here are some examples: oxygen, seeds, water, plant, stem, root, pollen, life cycle, fruit, flower, sunlight, nutrients, soil. So there's a lot to choose from, and I'm sure there's other vocabulary that I didn't touch upon that you could also utilize as well. So before we begin our own writing, I'm going to show you an example of a 4 to 5 sentence story that I made to show you guys as an example. And I also want you guys to include at least 3 vocabulary words. So if you could think of another vocabulary word that I didn't list, that's also fine, but as long as you have 3 vocabulary words that do relate to plants, that is perfect. So I am going to read you my example, and I will emphasize the words that are plant vocabulary words. So I bought my mother a seed for Mother's Day. I wanted to plant it with her so we could watch it grow together. My mom said it needed water, sunlight, and soil to grow. The nutrients in the soil is what helps the plant grow roots from the seed. My mom and I cannot wait to see the life cycle of the plant. So did you guys see in just 5 sentences, I was able to incorporate 7 vocabulary words we learned this week? And I'm only asking you guys for 3. So it's definitely, at first I was like, I don't know if I can include 3 in just 4 to 5 sentences. But it was actually incredibly easy to implement it when you're writing your own fun story. So I also want to recognize how I was able to show my knowledge of the words. So, for example, I knew that water, sunlight, and soil, which are 3 of the plant vocabulary words, are needed for the plant to grow. I incorporated that in my story, so whoever reads it knows that I am knowledgeable of the words I use. So, when you're using these words, make sure that you are expressing that you do know what it means, and you're not just saying it to get that word out. So now it's your turn to use your knowledge of at least 3 words in a 4 to 5 sentence story. Feel free to write your story using a paper and pencil, or you can type it as well, whatever is easier for you. When you are done, you can take a picture of your story, or you could copy and paste it and send it to me on Google Classroom. Again, it doesn't matter as long as it's a 4 to 5 sentence story with 3 words. Would be great. So just again to reiterate the expectations, at least 3 vocabulary words I listed, at least 4 to 5 sentences. I didn't mention this yet, but I want you guys to practice your correct punctuation and grammar. So remember, at the beginning of the sentence, we want to capitalize the first letter of the word, and just to try to make your spelling as accurate as possible. And then the last thing is to try to make your story fun. So I love reading your stories because you guys always do make it fun. So I would just love to see some stories that you use your creativity in. So I cannot wait to read your stories. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So my challenge for this lesson is that you use 5 plant vocabulary words in your writing. So that's just a challenge. It's not mandatory at all, but if you want to try to use more than 3 vocabulary words, I highly encourage you guys. It would be super excited if you were able to do that. Have a great day, guys. I can't wait for next week's lesson. This wraps up our plant lessons. So let me know if you guys ever have any questions or anything, or if you just need extra help with the lessons that I am doing on YouTube, and I will definitely be able to help you and reach out to you. Have a good day, guys.